right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle and great millstone, our teachers, and salutations to the icon, the teaching that's true. All the folk on earth and true in city, man. So, hey, through the spirit, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, this is a quick lesson. I hope it be edified. It's basically going into the word deacon. And what does the word deacon mean? And if you read the scriptures, the word deacon is found in First Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 1, and they talk about bishop and deacons. But I'm gonna start at verse 1, and I'm gonna get into my main focus is on deacon, but both of them go hand in hand. It say, this is a true saying. A man desire the office of a bishop, he desire a good work. And being in the truth, I'm gonna tell you, everything that, of course, it's not wrong with desiring certain things, but the scriptures tell you, let's get this. Salakia. This Luke, the 12th chapter, and bear with me. There's Luke 12:48. But he that know not and doth commit things worthy of stripes shall be bitten with few stripes. And now, of course, we know this talking about a man that don't know the truth. He shall be beaten with few stripes. But if a man that did know the truth, he shall be getting beat with many stripes. Because guess what? When you come in this truth, you are accountable and you have an office and you're accountable for certain things. So for you not to teach the truth or hiding your talent or your gift of a plow or a rock, you're a slothful man. So you're going to get beat with many stripes for knowing this truth and not using it like the Lord told you to, right? It say, for also whoso much is given, and much shall be required. Until whoso man that hath commit much, to him hath they asked the more. And that's the key, man, because was given and much is required. So when you become a bishop or a deacon, it's much responsibility. And that's what I'm finna touch on, man. And you have a lot of responsibility when you come into these offices and you desire certain things. So back in this 1 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 1 again. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of the bishop, he desire a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, and good behavior, giving to hospitality, out to teach. And those things is of a bishop, right? And I know you like, well, we get talking about deacon, but we're going to touch on that. And these offices is serious. It say out to teach. So you have to be willing to teach always. Give a man answer when he's looking for, when he have a question. Studying, being diligent, man. Showing hospitality, showing brotherly love. That's an office of a bishop, right? Not giving to wine nor striker, not greedy or future lucre, but patient, not a brawler, meaning what, ruling your spirit, right? Being what, not always trying to fight, being patient with one another. It say not covetous, one that rule well his own house, have his children and subject with all gravity. For if a man, and that word gravity, man, look it up, it's a great word. It say if a man know not how to rule his own house, how should he take care of the church of Yahweh? And that's the key. So if you can't rule your own house, how you expect a group of body of men? If you everything is breaking down in your house and you're not getting your house in order, how can you rule the house of the Lord? It's going to be out of order too, right? Verse 6, not a novice, let being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he have fallen in reproach in the snares of the devil. Likewise, must the deacon be brave, right? Not double-tongued, not given to much wine, not greedy of fruitful liquid. And that's the point. Well, it's a little bit more, but that's the point. It's a likewise. Because guess what? A deacon is nothing, it's almost the same office of a bishop, man. So it's the same thing. So everything I just read is the same thing of an office of a bishop. After teach, being diligent, man. Right? Because guess what? If a bishop, if a bishop is not can't hold a sermon, or basically is absent at that present day, a deacon should be able to step up and run a church. It should be able to run a church. He's the next man in line, man. So you're supposed to be basically in that same mindset as a bishop, man. As a man ruling over his heritage and stuff like that, man. Right? And when you go into that word deacon, man, it go into being a servant. So when you being a servant of Yahweh Shema Rashai, there's certain things that you're supposed to do. Remember, you just can't just get a position, especially a bishop or a deacon position, man, and think that you're just going to put your hands in your pocket. No, you have work to do. You have servants under you to teach. Let's read verse 8 again. It say, likewise, must the deacon be grave, not double-tongued, meaning what? Not tossed to and fro, honest, because when you look up that word grave, it's going to honor. To be honest, man. It say, not giving to much wine, not greedy and fruitful lucre, man. Not always covering to money. Holding the mystery of the faith in pure conscience, man. And you have to be sincere in this thing, man. And being sincere in everything, man. And anything you do. Verse 10, let there also first be proved. So, you have to prove a deacon. See if he's worthy. See if he's doing these things, man. Because guess what? If he's not ready to take on that office, to be a servant. Let's get that, man. Because when it comes down to being a servant, there's certain things you have to do. The Lord told you, this Matthew's the 20 chapter, man. Salakia. 20 chapter, verse 27. It's let's start at 26. It say, but if it shall not be so among you, but whatsoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. And whosoever be a chief among you, let him be your servant. So the chief are ones that higher up, that have them offices, supposed to be a servant to what? The ones that's in the truth. The ones that's seeking Yahweh Shema Rashai. Basically the flock. The teachers, the cadets, all those things, man. They are looking up to you for questions, answers. So if you're not being on your, basically on your shit, sort of say, excuse my French, but if you're not on your office, guess what? How can you be a servant? How can you be out to teach? How can you be show hospitality, man? When it comes down to certain things and the truth, man. You have to be patient and serving these brothers, man. Because guess what? They want the truth. They want to know certain things. And you have to be diligent to show them and guide them in the right place. So let's keep going. There's Acts. Because a bishop and a deacon is a heavy office, man. When you come into the truth, which, man, I don't desire none of those things, but if you become those things, man, take it seriously. Anything in the truth, take it seriously, man. Especially when it comes down feeding the flock of Yahweh Shema Rashai. Not with restraint, It tell you that, man. With a ready mind. Let's see if I can get that real quick, man. Say with a ready mind, man. I believe that's Peter. Is it Timothy? No, I believe it's Peter. Salakia, bear with me. Salakia, bear with me. I was looking at something. This Peter. This 1 Peter 5:1. It say the elder which are among you are exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of your suffering of Yahweh Shai, and also a preacher of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Yahweh among you, take the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but with willingly. So you have to willingly want to do these things. You have to willingly and love to want to do these things, man. To give an answer when a man have a question. And that's the love of Yahweh Shem Shai. It say not for futile lucre, but of a ready mind. Being diligent. Being precept upon precept. Line upon line, man. And just not just carrying yourself in a great manner. Verse 3. Neither as being Lord over Yahweh heritage, but being example to the flock. So you don't gotta be a tyrant, but being an example. Show them and guide them when they looking in certain situations. Showing them that the experience that you have, the knowledge, the wisdom that the Lord have gave you, man. That's the mindset of a bishop and a deacon. It say, when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive a crown of glory that fade not away. And that's the key. You want that crown that shall not fade ever away, man. And how do you get that? By being a servant, by being diligent to the flock, teaching those words towards them, man. And that's how you become basically that leader that they looking up to. Salakia, this Acts 20 and 34. It say, yea, let yourself know that these hands have ministered unto my necessary, and to them that were with me. I have showed you all things, how to labor, yet ought to support the weak. And you have some brothers that's weak in the faith. So it's up to you to what? Watch over them, build them up, give them strength, give them wisdom, give them the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, so that what? They can be ready and be basically be a servant of Yahweh Shem Shai. Don't fall off, man. Build them up, man. It's saying, and to remember the word of the Lord and how he said it is more blessing to give them to receive. It's better to give than to receive, man. So when you got that same blessing and you receive, hey, give it back out, man. Not holding it in. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Giving this wisdom out. Being that servant. And that's the office of a deacon, man. It's saying being a host. What a host do? When you look up the word deacon, one of the synonyms is host. Are you not hosting your brethren, man? Hey, let's get that, man. Because, hey, that's the whole purpose of being in this truth. And it's Hebrews 12 and is it 12 or is it Slovakia? Let's start at this Hebrews 10, and let's start at 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our body washed with pure water, meaning it's truth. Let us hold fast the profession of our hope without wavering, for he is faithful that promised, man. And we aren't supposed to be wavering or being double-tongued. That's what one of the definitions of a deacon. Verse 24, and let us consider one another to provoke and to love to good works, man. And that's how you build up your brethren, giving them the history or the lessons that you have learned from the apostles or from the elders or from the bishop on down, man. That's the office of a deacon, being ready to teach. That's what the word that's what the word deacon go into, man. To be a servant, ready to teach, ready to feed the flock of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And tell you in Sirach, let's get that, man. Because it's one of my favorite scriptures, man. It say, this Sirach 3 and Sirach, yeah. 18. It say, the greater thou art, the more humble thou thyself, and that shall find favor before the Lord. So the more greater you go up, you're not supposed to be proud. You don't supposed to be puffed up. That's what one of the that's what First Timothy was going into. Let's get it again, man. Because hey, being a bishop or a deacon can get to your head sometimes, man. But the more greater you are, the more humble you should be. It say, 1 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 7 again. Or 6 again. Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Not filled with pride. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, being blameless, man. And it's going to say the same thing when you read down. For a deacon, let he fall in reproach in the snares of the devil. Likewise must the deacon be grave, not double-tongued, not given to much wine, not greedy of filthy lucre, having the mystery of the faith and the pure conscience, and let them also first be reproved. Then let them use the office of a deacon, being found blameless. Even so much their wives be grieved, not slender, sober, faithful in all things. Let the deacon be the husband of one wife, ruling their children and their own house well. So a bishop and a deacon go hand in hand. A deacon should be able to run a church, just like a bishop. But it's a separation, man. It say, for they that have used the office of deacon well purchased themselves a good degree and great boldness in the faith which is in Yahweh Shai. So, man, we're supposed to have boldness and confidence in yourself, man. Being assured of what you have learned in the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the office of a deacon. It say, these things write unto you, hoping to come into these shortly. But if I tarry long, that they might know how they ought to behave themselves in the house of Yahweh, which is the church of the living power, the pillar of the ground of the truth. And without conscience, great in the mystery of the godliness, God was manifest in the flesh, justifying the spirit, and in the angel preaching to the Gentiles before the word of receiving into the glory. And I just want to finish the chapter out, because guess what? This is the chapter showing you and explaining you the bishop and the deacons, man. Basically, I was touching on the deacons because guess what? If you a deacon is a heavy office when it comes down to certain things, man. When you come down to the church of Yahweh Shema Shai, when you feeding the flock of Yahweh Shema Shai, you have to be ready to serve, to minister, and be blameless with them without, man, because they looking up to you. They looking to be served, to be led, and that's Romans. Man, that's a spirit call all y'all by Shema Shai. This Romans 12 and verse 9. Let love be without desolation. I always say this word wrong, but it means to not be a hypocrite. It say, avoid that which is evil, cleave on that which is good, man. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor preferring one another, man. And when you honestly prefer, that word preferring, going to lead, to be an example to what? The ones that's under you, man. Even the ones that are over you, man. You still supposed to be a leader. When you come into these offices and these positions, man. Verse 11, not slothful in business. And that's the key, not being slothful. Not being a slothful servant. Because you know a slothful servant would get killed. A slothful servant would get destroyed, man. It say, but fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. And how you serve the Lord? By being diligent to the flock. By teaching the flock. By being on point, studying, being diligent, man. Being sincere. And that's the office of a deacon, man. So I hope this lesson was edified, man. And if you desire these offices or you've been put in these offices, man, hey, fulfill your lot, man. It say much is given, much is required, man. I read that in Luke. Hey, these positions is given to certain men because you are worthy. Live up to it. Especially if it was given to you in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. We all can say that we don't desire certain things, man. But if you do desire, which like the scriptures say, hey, live up to it, man. Live up to the position, man, that you are been given and chosen through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. So that's just a quick lesson. Hey, I hope this lesson edified, man. And I'm talking to myself first and foremost, and brothers likewise, man. Hey, if you slacking in anything that you are doing, man, get on top of your thing, especially the office that was given to you, man. Because, hey, we all fall short of the glory of the Most High, but guess what? Get back up. Be more diligent. Be more humble. Be more, be executed. Well, execute the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So, with that, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle of great millstone, our teachers, and salutations to the Akim that teaching this truth of the folk on the earth in Trinity City, man. Till next time, I want to say Shalom and a ball.